Iran's brazen assault on Israel on October 1st, marked by a staggering barrage of over 200 missiles, serves as more than just retaliation. It's a foreboding glimpse into what Iran is capable of should it transition from a defensive to an aggressive military posture. This chilling message has reached the highest echelons of power in Israel and among its allies. Israel is awakening to the realization that Iran's threats and military capabilities cannot be underestimated. Its current strategy of dealing with Iran is painfully inadequate. Leading this alarm is former Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett, who has sounded the alarm over Iran's advancing nuclear ambitions, categorizing it as the gravest external threat facing Israel today. Bennett disclosed that Iran has amassed enough enriched uranium to potentially produce 10 nuclear bombs, a scenario that poses an existential risk to Israel.
The greatest external threat to Israel today is the Iranian nuclear program. Iran has accumulated a sufficient amount of enriched uranium, enough to potentially produce up to 10 nuclear bombs. This development is alarming and represents a direct threat to our existence and our future.
Bennett painted a stark picture of Iran's octopus strategy, where the regime operates securely from Tehran while orchestrating a network of terrorist proxies to launch attacks against Israel. This insidious strategy aims to encircle Israel in a ring of fire, systematically wearing down its population through relentless conflict.
The Islamic Republic of Iran has developed a very sophisticated strategy, which I like to refer to as their octopus strategy. They are operating from their safe haven in Tehran while sending their terrorist arms to attack the State of Israel. The goal is to surround us with a ring of fire, to exhaust our population through ongoing conflict, and to weaken us from within.
Bennett underscored the escalating influence of Iranian-backed militias, including Hezbollah and Shiite groups in Iraq, which pose direct threats to Israel. These proxies are not just tools of aggression, they are integral to a broader strategy aimed at destabilizing the region.
Hezbollah, Iraqi militias, and other Iranian proxies have been launching missile attacks against us. They are not just threats. They are part of a broader strategy to destabilize our region. Iran has successfully positioned these groups as tools of their aggression, allowing them to strike at our borders and threaten our citizens from various fronts.
Bennett also highlighted the Iranian regime's dual nature, extreme yet corrupt, disconnected from its populace. This public discontent represents a potential vulnerability that could be exploited to undermine the regime's nuclear ambitions.
The Iranian regime is not only extreme, it is also corrupt and failing. The people of Iran are disillusioned and disconnected from their government. This widespread dissatisfaction poses a unique vulnerability for the regime. If we can leverage this discontent, it could hinder their nuclear aspirations and weaken their grip on power.
Bennett stressed the urgency for Israel to adopt a proactive stance against the Iranian threat. He warned that Israel must not merely react to provocations, but must also initiate decisive military operations against Iran's nuclear capabilities and its support for terrorist organizations.
Our actions must be directed at both sides of the equation. We cannot afford to be merely reactive to Iranian provocations. We must proactively target their nuclear facilities and dismantle their support networks for terrorism. It is crucial for Israel's survival and security that we take decisive military operations against these threats before they materialize into something much worse.
Current Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu echoed this call for assertive action, claiming that recent Israeli operations have significantly disrupted Hezbollah's leadership structure.
Israel has decided to put an end to this. We've decided to do whatever is necessary to return our people safely to their homes. Israel has a right to defend itself. Israel also has a right to win, and Israel will win.
Meanwhile, Iran's Supreme Leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, continues to provoke Israel, defending Hezbollah's actions and Iran's regional role during his Friday prayers.
The shining job our armed forces 2 or 3 nights ago was fully legal and legitimate. What our armed forces did was the minimum punishment for the usurping Zionist regime's astonishing crimes. The vampire, wolfish regime, America's rabid dog in the region. What military and political decision-makers deem logical, wise, and right will be done in due time. It was done recently, and in future it will be done again if necessary.
Khamenei framed Iran's support for Hezbollah as a legitimate defense of the Palestinian cause, highlighting Hezbollah's actions in Gaza and their defense of the Al-Aqsa Mosque as vital contributions to the resistance against Israel. His statements underscore Iran's unwavering commitment to bolstering Hezbollah's operations despite widespread international condemnation.
Hezbollah and the martyr, Sayed, with their defense of Gaza and their jihad for Al-Aqsa Mosque by hitting the oppressing and tyrant entity, had taken a step towards a fateful duty towards the whole region.
As these two narratives clash, the specter of further conflict looms large. Bennett's stark warnings about Iran's nuclear advancements and Netanyahu's urgent calls for Lebanese resistance reflect Israel's increasing anxiety about regional threats. Meanwhile, Iran and Hezbollah continue to solidify their positions in Gaza and beyond, setting the stage for an escalating confrontation.